is my b-ball talk. Check out my b-ball walk. And you want to learn all the stats? I spit b-ball fact.
What's up, guys? So I'm back with Bones basketball talk. And this week I'm going to be talking about the 8 teams that I think will make the playoffs next year in the Western Conference in the 2019-2020 basketball season.
I love basketball.
And I'd like to start with my honorable mention teams. Because both of these teams I think are going to be really good. They're both just really young.
Baby.
And one of them I was going to pick to make the playoffs, but I decided against it and decided to go with an older, savvier team. But I decided I'll just use them as honorable mentions because in a few years, these two teams are going to be forces to be reckoned with. So I ain't going to let y'all just sleep and keep snoring on them. So I'll mention them first. And the first one's going to be the New Orleans Pelicans.
How did you?
Which is basically the Lakers roster from last year.
Copy.
Except they added, except instead of LeBron James, you'd have Zion Williamson.
Cone.
So it's just a younger Lakers team from last year.
It's like it's the same.
But the thing about the New Orleans Pelicans team is they're going to be exciting this year, and there's going to be a lot of dunks and a lot of highlights, but they're just not old enough yet, and they're just not ready.
Baby.
And that's why the Lakers didn't make the playoffs last year, so I'm going to decide that they're not going to make it this year either. And my second runner-up team is going to be the Dallas Mavericks.
Interesting.
And I really wanted to put them in at the 8th seed, but I decided not to just because they don't have enough talent around Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis yet. So I decided, I'll just put them in at runner-ups and
whack.
In a few years, y'all will see what they're made of.
Jump man.
But I love their owner in Mark Cuban because he knows how to pick a good team, put it together, and he's just a fiery owner. He comes to all the games, and he's always excited about basketball. And they got Dirk the Schmirk Nowitzki. To teach them the ropes, teach the two foreigners the ropes because they're all, European. So he'll be there to show them what it's like, and, he's a champ, so he'll have some veteran talk for him, and I think in a few years they'll be ready to go.
He just a little baby.
And now for the teams that's actually going to make the playoffs.
Wow.
And for the A spot, I got the San Antonio Spurs.
Wow.
And they got 2 stars
whack
who are non-aggressive
whack
and basically heartless at this point.
Whack.
And the great Greg Popovich normally likes his players heartless because he normally tends to take their souls and control their minds and make them run the plays he wants and make them run the offense he wants.
Pathetic.
But in this case, he didn't expect his players to also be so non-aggressive.
Whack.
And it really hasn't worked for him. Another problem with the Spurs is the NBA starting to move in a direction of shooting a lot of threes, and the Spurs don't really have three-point shooters.
Facts.
DeMar DeRozan is not a three-point shooter. He likes to shoot elbow jumpers, and he likes to slash and cut to the hole. And LaMarcus Aldridge is also not a three-point shooter. He does like to shoot jumpers because he's a wimp and won't go to the hole and dunk it. But he's not a great three-point shooter. He's more of an elbow jumper also.
Whack.
So that kind of leaves them with, a big hole in their game. They got a good point guard named DeJounte Murray that was injured all last year, but they got high expectations for him and I also do, but it's not going to help them get any higher in the playoff rankings because just without that three-point shooting and without the aggressiveness they need to attack the basket the way they want to, they're kind of just not the team they want to be.
It's like it's the same.
So with all those holes in them, I'm just going to leave them at the 8th seed and just say that Greg Popovich will be able to coach them into the playoffs.
Nice.
But that's pretty much all he'll be able to do. I don't think they'll be able to get any higher in the ranking.
Too slow.
Now, before I say my 7th pick, let me just say, just in case y'all don't know this already,
break it down.
the Western Conference is stacked this year. I'm over here having the hardest time trying to come up with who I'm going to put where. And they call it the Wild Wild West for a reason. It's ridiculous in the West right now.
Goku.
But I'm going to go ahead and state my 7th pick. Nobody be upset with this. But I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz.
Wow.
And I know the Utah Jazz added Mike Conley this year. And I know that they already got Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
Break it down.
And Donovan Mitchell playing for USA right now.
My God, Mac.
And I know their team looks better than it was last year, but the West is simply just better than it was last year.
You dig?
And to be honest, I just didn't have anywhere else to put these dudes. Mike Conley's getting old.
Too slow.
Donovan Mitchell, he hasn't come into his own yet. He can put up points, but his efficiency needs to get better.
Kobe.
And then Rudy Gobert is just a defensive player for the most part.
Dirty one.
So their big three is kind of lacking on the scoring part. So I just don't think they're going to be able to fight through the West and get a higher seed this
appalled.
year. I hope they do, but I just don't think they'll be able
Not
to.
a chance.
Utah Jazz. More like Utah ass.
Wow.
And for my 6th seed, once again, I know y'all gonna be mad at me for this, man. And I'm sorry, bro.
Dingus.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't want to do y'all like this. But it's just the way the cookie crumbled, bro. It's just how it happened. I'm sorry about it, but the Portland Trail Blazers
Oh, man.
will be the number 6 seed next year in the West.
Is this real life?
I know they've been up there in the top 3 lately, and they do
Interesting.
crazy things in the regular season.
Interesting.
And I know they made it to the Western Conference Finals last year,
Interesting.
but they just can't do. I just feel like the Warriors took the air out of them in the playoffs last year, and just with the way the West is falling, I just feel like they finna take a huge drop off, and I feel like their run is like kind of over. They got Enes Kanter. They got Jusuf Nurkic back,
Same person.
so they'll be able to play with that pick and roll like they were doing last year before he got injured. But like I keep saying, you're gonna need some firepower this year in the West, and I know Damian Lillard gonna put up some numbers. As a matter of fact, I think he's gonna have a crazy season. But CJ McCollum just hasn't made the leap that I've been waiting on him to make.
Pathetic.
I just don't think they got enough in them to go up against some of these freaking monsters at the top end of the West this year. It's a powerhouse up there, and I don't think they're one of these powerhouse teams anymore.
Man, CJ McCollum kind of trash.
But anyways, I got to go with my 5th seed. And my 5th seed will be the defending finals team from the West and the Golden State Warriors. And I actually have a lot of faith in the Warriors this year. I think they're going to make a playoff run, and they're going to do some good stuff. They might even make it to the Western Conference Finals. But I don't think they're going to finish higher than 5th in the West because Klay Thompson will be missing most of the season. He'll probably be coming back in like February. And that's probably at best. And Steph Curry's going to have to do a lot of carrying this year. So I hope he's been doing his squats. And I hope he got his back right because he about to carry a load. And I know they picked up D'Angelo Russell. And he'll be a good shooting guard to help out Steph. But he's never played in this system. And he's never really played in this atmosphere that he's about to have to play in with the Golden State Warriors this year. And in this Wild Wild West.
Wow.
So I hope he got his big boy britches on because shit's about to get real.
Facts.
And as far as the Warriors, the reason I pick them at 5th is because I do think they still got what it takes. Draymond Green just signed a big contract. I think it's $100 million. And
Jesus.
I think they got a lot to prove. So I think they're going to finish it at the 5th seed. And they're going to make a good playoff run. And that's my opinions on that.
Whoa.
And now, we're at the top half of the Western Conference playoffs.
Impossible.
And this is where the big boys come to play.
Big man.
So if you made it up to the 4th and higher seed, you're going to be a powerhouse this year. So I hope everybody else is ready for what y'all coming with. And at the 4th seed, I got none other than
Spit it out, nigga.
the Houston Rockets.
Holy smoke.
I'm not going to lie. I wanted to put the Houston Rockets all the way down at the 6th seed. I really wanted to put them at the 7th seed.
Sheesh.
But James Harden has a way to work magic in the regular season. And Mike D'Antoni has a way to get this man the ball enough for him to put up crazy numbers, like averaging 30-plus points in 30-plus games.
My God.
So I think he'll be able to make some shape and maybe make a few step backs.
Swish.
Yeah, that's kind of corny. But I think he's going to do his thing. And they added Russell Westbrook to the team this year, which I think will be their Achilles heel or their kryptonite because the man just can't shoot.
Yo.
And the way that they want to play basketball is the Rockets want to come down there. They want to shoot threes and layups. That's what they want to do. And Russell Westbrook can do layups, but will he be the point guard? Because this has been James Harden's team for the last few years. Not few, as a matter of fact, it's been like the last 5 years.
Interesting.
And I don't think he's just going to give up the reins to Westbrook and let him take take that ball handling position and take up all that time that James Harden normally has with the ball.
Baby.
So I feel like Russell Westbrook's going to have to, force some shots just to get enough shots like he likes to have.
Me.
And you know what comes with forced shots from Russell Westbrook?
Nani?
Russell Westbrook.
Nani?
I can't remember which one is his real last name.
Fishy.
But the guy, he'll put up some air balls. He'll hit the back of the backboard, no rim. He'll do some crazy stuff. And I like Russell Westbrook, but he's one to take really bad shots
Quickly.
And if he can't get the shots he will force up some shots. So I think he's gonna be their Achilles heel and kind of pull them back from where they really should end up in the West, especially in the playoffs.
Falco. Punch.
And coming in at the bottom of the top 3, we got none other than my favorite team of all time, the team I cheer for every year.
Spit it out, nigga.
Even though we ain't made the playoffs in the last 6 seasons, you think I care? I'm going to keep on cheering. I ain't no bandwagon. I used to love when Kobe played. And yeah, I'm mad that he retired.
Wow.
And I really didn't want LeBron James to come to the Lakers. You feel me? But he came. So I'm going to cheer for him.
Jesus.
Shoot. We're going to put up some numbers. We're going to make things shake.
Wow.
I'm sorry that I had to do that, but I just had to let out some of my emotions from the last 6 seasons.
Too slow.
Because I've been kind of furious with the Lakers.
Pathetic.
So I put them all the way up at the top 3. I'm being biased. So what? We got Anthony Davis this year. Say something. You got something to say, bro? That's what I thought. Yeah. We got the brow.
Yeah.
Both of us got a brow. Yeah. We do it like that. So what? He gonna be dunking on everybody's heads. And like I said before, we coming in the top 3.
Facts.
But the real reason I'm putting us in the top 3 is because I think it's going to be good chemistry here with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. LeBron's a good passer. He's giving. He's a very giving player. He'll give you the last shot because he don't want to take on all that negative energy if he misses. So he'll just give it to you, Anthony Davis. Why don't you go ahead and shoot it?
It's Taco
But seriously though, he's going to be lobbing that
Tuesday.
thing up to Anthony Davis, and I hope Anthony Davis be putting it down on everybody's head.
In your face.
Including Joel Embiid and
Spit it out, nigga.
Nikolai Jokic and whoever else want to get dunked on this year. I hope he put it down on everybody's head.
Slight work.
But I'm putting them in my top 3. Anthony Davis gonna help the Lakers a lot with defense because that's where they lacked at last year. And barring LeBron James don't get hurt again, or Anthony Davis don't start being a little baby and sitting out games because his pinky toe hurt,
Baby.
or his he bruised his shin bone or
Oh,
something,
man.
then I'm gonna keep the Lakers up there in the top 3. And when it gets to the playoff time, you better bet I'm picking us to win it all. So coming in at number 2 with a whole lot left to prove, and it's not really a big deal if they lose. I'm gonna have to pick the Denver Nuggets.
This guy can't be
And
serious.
this team, I just didn't know where to put this team. They finished really high last year in the West,
Facts.
just as high as I'm putting them now. And they didn't do a lot of moving around with their roster, but their roster is solid. They got a veteran in Paul Millsap.
Is this
Who's
real
been in
life?
a lot of All-Star games. He knows how to put the ball in the basket. He's not a selfish player. And he plays the power forward position, so he can move around pretty good. He's not a big,
In your
slow
face.
power forward. He's one of those players that can move around and go out and guard people. And then they got the big man in Nikolai Jokic, who's probably going to be first or second team All-NBA this year.
Facts.
And he's definitely going to be an all-star.
Facts.
And he just plays really well. He can pass the ball like no other. And this team's just so unselfish. I think that's why they make it so far. It's kind of like a lot of those Warriors teams we saw early on. They don't mind passing the ball, and they play really hard.
Big man.
They also got a good
big
guard
man.
in Jamal Murray who can shoot it pretty well. And he's another one of those guys that just scrappy and plays really hard. And I'm hoping to see him improve a little bit. And if he does, then maybe they can make some noise in the playoffs. But
Lies.
I got them finishing high in the regular season and then getting knocked off pretty fast in the playoffs. So, yes, I do got them at number 2. Y'all can kill me for that if y'all want.
Whack.
But I do got them getting knocked off early in the playoffs, so it's no big deal. And they're going to be my number 2 pick, and I'm standing by it, God damn it.
Well, excuse
And
me.
the saddest of them all, I'm sure y'all can all guess who's gonna be my number one pick at this point. And it hurts me to say this because they're the little brothers in LA, and I'm a giant Lakers fan, so I'm literally about to cry
But see,
just saying this. But I got the number one pick being the Los Angeles Clippers,
this guy can't be serious.
and they do got Mr. Fun Guy, who I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but this dude has been rocking cornrows since they were popular the first time around.
Wow.
Which makes him, I don't know how to say this, but he's kind of a trendsetter in a way because
Stop it.
everybody's back to rocking the cornrows and he never stopped. So like now that y'all are rocking it and he's been wearing the shit since, 5 years ago, that means he was wearing it before y'all in a way.
Interesting.
Oh man, the classic straight back cornrows for about 10 seasons straight now. Oh, Mr. Fun Guy. But anyways, I had to pick the Clippers as the number one seed. And Kawhi Leonard went and got Paul George and brought him along with him.
Quickly.
And y'all know my saying, he's long and strong. So he gonna play that crazy lockdown defense.
Facts.
So you combine that defense with the claw.
Wow.
And then you combine those two with Patrick Beverly.
Wow.
And you got yourself a first team all defense right there with just them.
Jesus.
So you know they about to wreck shop on the defensive end and they're gonna really make some noise in the NBA. And I think, with that combined with the star power of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George putting up buckets, I think they're gonna get the first seed in the NBA.
Stop it.
And then not only that, but they got Doc, or shall I say Dr. Rivers, more like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde face ass. But they got him, and he already coached himself into a championship, and they got a really good front office. So with all of that, I think they're gonna make some noise. And it pains me to say that they're gonna get the first seed, but when it comes along to the playoffs, I don't think it's gonna be the same results.
How did
I think the Lakers gonna make some shake, so we'll see. But this is about the regular season, so that's my video about the 8 teams in the West that's gonna make the playoffs. And if you disagree, you can just comment. Let me know who you think would make the playoffs in the West. And if you agree with me, then you can leave a like. And if you really fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? You can even subscribe to the videos, you feel me? I could really use some subscriptions, you feel me? So if you really fuck with me, you could do that. But y'all share this and I appreciate it. And y'all take it easy and stay ugly, niggas.